What's going on, people? I want to talk about some boxing history. Sugar Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Uh, Recently, I read Sugar Leonard's biography. Great stuff. If anyone wants to check it out, good read. And he talks about a bunch of stuff in the book. And it made me think about the Hagler-Leonard relationship. I've had done other videos on who I thought won the fight and all that kind of stuff. But Marvin Hagler was just jealous of Sugar Ray Leonard. That's just the reality of the situation. And I made a similar video with Larry Holmes and George Foreman. But in that case, I kind of understand why Larry Holmes had more of a reason to be jealous of George Foreman. I think he had more of a right to be. Let's just look at it like this. Hagler, great middleweight, no doubt about it. One of the greatest fighters of all time, maybe the greatest middleweight of all time. Leonard, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Welterweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight, all that. Leonard was Olympic gold medalist. Hagler had to turn pro early. In Sugar Ray Leonard's first professional fight, he made $40,000, which was insane for a guy in his debut in the 70s. You know, to do your debut, like, that was crazy. Hagler made $50 in his pro debut. Leonard in the Benitez fight, he made $1 million, even as a challenger. Benitez, I think, made 1.1 or 1.3, whatever it was. That was the highest paid they ever for a non-heavyweight in the history of boxing. Hagler was on the undercard fighting Vito Antuofermo. Hagler made less than Leonard. Hagler had a draw, controversial. A lot of people thought he really should have won the fight, won the title. Leonard knocked out Benitez and won the title. So he was always felt like he was just overshadowed by him. And then through the 80s, the same thing. So, yeah, Hagler had a lot of resentment towards Leonard. But I got to say, like, in my opinion, Leonard being more popular than Hagler was warranted. He had the swag, he had the look, he had the charisma. He was a more exciting fighter, more relatable and articulate, and frankly, just better. Like, his accolades and abilities were better. He was more decorated as well. So, yeah, I mean, I understand Hagler having some, resentment towards him, but, like, I don't really think it was warranted to be. I mean, some of it, yeah, of course, Hagler should have gotten more based on how good he was. And, like, Hagler might have gotten, messed over a few times. But this was not like a Duran-Leonard situation where Duran was the number one pound-for-pound guy, and Duran was this great lightweight, and just because Duran was from a different country and didn't speak English so well, he couldn't be as popular as Leonard. Like, Hagler was black just like Leonard was black. They both were from the streets. He was from, I think, Newark, then he moved to Brockton, Hagler. Leonard was from, what was the place called in Maryland? Oak Park or something, or I forgot the name of the place. Oak Hill, what was the place he was from? Sugar Ray Leonard's hometown. But the point is that Leonard deserved to be the number one guy. He made non-heavyweight boxing relevant again. That's the reason all these guys, Hagler, Hearns, and Benitez, and Duran, got so popular. It was because they got to be next to him. Palmer Park, that was the name of the place. But, like, I look at it like Hagler, like, you just weren't as entertaining as Leonard, or Hearns, or Duran for that matter. So, yeah, I mean, he could have the jealousy that he had, but I look at it as, like, it was warranted. Like, the public liked Leonard more. Leonard was the better boxer. Leonard was cooler. Leonard had the better ability to relate to people. People liked the way he looked. He had a good smile. He spoke nicely. He was an Olympic gold medalist back when that meant something. Hagler didn't have these things. So, yeah, and then you add the fact that Hagler had an inconsistent career. I mean, not that, he won for a long time, but, like, he lost to Willie Monroe. He had a draw versus Vito Antuofermo. I know a lot of people thought he won the fight, but he didn't perform great in that fight. Didn't perform great versus Duran. Like, and then you had the fight head-to-head with him and Leonard. I have a whole video on that, what I thought happened in that fight. Check that out. But the point is that Hagler was jealous of Leonard, but I don't think that Hagler's arguments were warranted. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.